Hey guys, welcome back. I have a review for the OPI Fiji collection that I'll be sharing with you guys today, and I'll do live swatches in this video as well. I got these polishes from polishpick.com, and I'll have a link to that website below. But this website's the cheapest place I've been able to find OPI polish, and they sell them for $5.50 a bottle, or you can buy the collection for a little bit cheaper, I believe. So you can also get the regular collection, the OPI Infinite Shine, or the gel colors. And they also have some older Essie collections that you can purchase on there as well for around $4. So you definitely want to check that website out. I rarely purchase polishes in the stores just because you can get them so much cheaper online. So go ahead and check out that website. I love this collection. After doing the SA Ballet Nudes collection, I was so excited to dive into this because I really just wanted to get some fun, bright colors to get me excited for spring and summer, because we all want spring and summer to come. I'm just dying to get rid of this cold weather and to get outside. Okay, let's talk about the collection. Now, there are some of these polishes that are going to be colors you've seen before, but I know with OPI collections that I'm always going to have a consistent formula. All the formulas on these are fantastic, and some are better than others, but they're all really great. I know that whenever I get a collection from OPI, I just know I can count on them just being really great formulas. And I'll have comparisons for all these polishes so you can know which ones are similar to other colors. Some of them are similar, but they're not the same, and then some of them have some that are pretty much exactly the same. So let's go ahead and get into the colors. The first one that I have is Coconuts over OPI, and this is just a subtle taupe color. It maybe leans a little more brown than gray, and it's just a really neutral nude. And it's pretty. The formula on this one was amazing. It's so soft and silky. It's probably the best formula out of all the polishes in this collection, in my opinion, and it's a really great one. If you don't have a nude, go ahead and pick this up, and let's get into the swatch for this one. And here's the first coat of Coconuts over OPI. I love this formula. It's really soft and silky and smooth, a little bit crelly also. It's not quite opaque in one coat, so I'm going to go ahead and do two, and it's completely opaque in two coats. And that's two coats of Coconuts over OPI. And this one is I Can Never Hut Up, and this is a beautiful gray toned color with a pretty iridescent green shimmer going through it. I don't know how much this is going to show up on your nails, probably not too much, but it is going to give you that green sheen on top in the sunlight. And it's really beautiful and unique. I have nothing like this in my collection, so I was really happy with this one, and this was one that drew me to the entire collection. So let's get into the swatch for this one. And here's the first coat of I Can Never Hut Up. And you can see that green shimmer just slightly, not completely. I think you'll be able to see it more in the sun. It's not quite opaque in one, but it's definitely opaque in two coats. And that's two coats of I Can Never Hut Up. This is Susie Without a Paddle, and this is a gorgeous cool tone tranquil blue. And I love this one. The formula is great. There is one that OPI has in their line that's pretty similar to this that they have released recently. They're not exactly the same, but they're very, very close. So I'll let you know what those are when I put my comparisons up in a few days. So let's get into the swatch for this one. And here's the first coat of Susie Without a Paddle, and this formula is really great. It's really shiny and silky also, and it's almost opaque in one, but I'm going to have to do two. And this color is so pretty. It's definitely one of my favorites from the collection. And it's completely opaque in two coats. And that's two coats of Susie Without a Paddle. This one is Getting Naughty on My Honeymoon. I love that name. I think OPI does really awesome names. I think that's what really draws me to some of their polishes sometimes as well. And this is a really cool toned, beautiful pink. OPI describes it as a hibiscus pink. I love this one. It's one of my favorites from the collection. I love these blue toned pinks on me better than the warm tone. Those warm toned pinks can make my nail beds look a little purple, and I don't have that with these cool toned ones. So I'm loving the trend of cool toned colors in this collection, as well as a good mix of warm toned ones as well. So let's get into the swatch for this one. And here's the first coat of Getting Naughty on My Honeymoon. As you can see, it's this gorgeous formula. It's pretty similar to the last one. It's really silky and smooth and shiny and a little bit crelly, and it's opaque in two coats. I love this one. I love the color. I love that it's purple toned. And that's two coats of Getting Naughty on My Honeymoon. And then we have Polywana Lacquer, and this one is a beautiful cool toned purple. It's a lavender color, but it definitely leans more purple. And it almost has slight periwinkle touch to it, but it's just beautiful. I thought it would be close to You're Such a Budapest, but it really isn't. It's quite different than that one. Let's get into the swatch with this one. Here's the first coat of Polywana Lacquer, and the formulas on these last three are very, very consistent. They're all very similar. And it's going to be opaque here in 2 coats, just as the same as the others. And I love this one. I love this cool toned purple. And that's 2 coats of Polywana Lacquer. And then I have 2 Timing the Zones, and this one is a beautiful vibrant pink. It's a mid-tone pink, and this one is definitely a favorite of the entire collection for me. It's almost a cool toned pink. I feel like it is kind of unique, at least for any polishes that I have by OPI, and I just love this color. I can just see me wearing it so much during the summer and spring, and I know I'll get good use out of this one. Let's get into the swatch for this one. And here's the first coat of 2 Timing the Zones. It's almost opaque in 1, but not quite, so I'm going to go ahead and do 2. Actually, it's a little bit streaky. This polish is also showing up pretty bright on my camera just because it is a bright, vibrant polish, and sometimes the camera has a hard time getting the correct color tone. So anyway, it's opaque in 2 coats, and that's 2 coats of 2 Timing the Zone. And then we have Exotic Birds Do Not Tweet, and this is just a vibrant, vibrant yellow. OPI describes this as a golden radiant yellow, which is totally true. It's pretty much a straight up yellow cream. Now, I believe there was one in the Charlie Brown collection they did a few years ago that might be similar to this, but I do not have that one. But I have 3 yellows in my collection by OPI, and this one is definitely more vibrant and bright than those other ones that I have, and I'll have pictures of those. So it's definitely unique. I think I am going to get a little more adventurous this summer and try this on my nails. Seeing the pictures of the OPI Fiji collection online with people wearing this out by the ocean, it just really drew me to it, and I think I'm going to be a little more adventurous and try this, and I'll be wearing this on my vacations. So now these yellow polishes are really hard to get opaque in 2 coats. I don't know that I know any polishes that are yellow that are opaque in 2 coats. It usually takes about 3. So this one is 3, maybe about 4, but if you really love yellow, it's going to be worth it to you. So let's get into the swatch for this one. And here's the first coat of Exotic Birds Do Not Tweet. And it's definitely a more flattering yellow on my skin tone than I thought. I actually like it quite a bit. And I'm going to go ahead and do a second coat because it's still streaky. And I'm not sure if you can see it, but it's still a little bit streaky with 2 coats. And I'm going to have to go ahead and do 3. So it might be 3 or 4 coats depending on your application. So that's 3 coats of Exotic Birds Do Not Tweet. Then we have No Tan Lines. OPI describes this as a sunrise orange, and I think that's just a perfect description. And I just love this one. I really don't gravitate towards orange, but I think I'm willing to try this one as well too. It really did look good on my skin tone. I was surprised. I usually don't like orange, but I did like this one. And it's pretty much a straight up orange. And the formula was really great on this one, and let's get into the swatch for this. Here's the first coat of No Tan Lines, and this is actually more flattering than I thought it would be also. I actually kind of like it. And that's 1 coat. It's definitely going to need 2. The formula really is great on this one. It's opaque in 2 coats. And that's 2 coats of No Tan Lines. This is Living on the Boulevard, and I love this color. This is another one of my favorites. It's such a bright red-orange corally color that really, really pops. OPI describes this as a red, but I would say it's definitely more of an orange coral, but then when I had it on in some lights, it really did look like a cherry red. And I love polishes that transform like that and look different in different lights. So I'm really going to love this one, especially in the summertime when I go on my vacation. So I'm looking forward to this one for sure. And I think this will definitely pop up in one of my spring or summer favorite videos. Now, if you're new to my channel, every season I pick 10 polishes that are my favorite, and I do a nail design for each one and a nail tutorial if you guys want the tutorial for them. So look forward to that, and I usually post those prompts on my Instagram, and then it has links to my blog and YouTube channel. So this will definitely be popping up in that. So let's go ahead and get into the swatch for this one. And here's the first coat of Living on the Boulevard, and as you can see, this bright red color is really wigging out my camera, so it's not showing true to color. It's actually a little bit richer in color. And this formula is fantastic. It's opaque in 2 coats, and that's 2 coats of Living on the Boulevard, and it's one of my favorites for sure. And then we have Is That a Spear in Your Pocket? That name, guys, really. Anyway, I love teals. I always gravitate towards them whenever they have them in collections. And this is definitely a more spring and summer toned teal as opposed to the one they released in the Kerry Washington collection, which was totally fall appropriate, I felt like. Anyway, I love this one. It's going to be beautiful in the summertime, and it's one of my favorites as well. So let's get into the swatch for this one. And here's the first coat of Is That a Spear in Your Pocket? And it's fully opaque in one coat. I'm definitely not even going to have to do another one. So awesome formula on this one. And that's one coat of Is That a Spear in Your Pocket? This next one is super, I'm going to have to look at the bottle for this, Super Tropicalifragilistic. One day I'll be able to say that without looking at the bottle, but it's really tricky. Anyway, I do like that name. I think it's kind of fun and creative. This is a straight up blue cream. OPI describes this as a sky blue. Actually, they talk about the reflection of the blue sky on the blue water, and I think that's pretty appropriate. It's pretty much a royal blue. I think you can find blues like this anywhere, but if you don't have one, the formula on this one is amazing. And I'll have comps for this one as well. But I really enjoy this one, and I'll be excited to use this for sure. And let's get into the swatch for this one. And here's the first coat of Super Tropicalifragilistic. And I said that without looking. How awesome is that? This is pretty much fully opaque in one thick coat. Amazing formula on this polish too. It's pretty much the same formula as that last one. This is Do You See What I See? It is a gorgeous shimmery blue with kind of an iridescent purple and a shimmery almost turquoise in there. And it shows up lighter on your nails just because the light hits on it and reflects off of it. And so it makes it kind of a lighter color than you see here in the bottle. But it's really beautiful. It does make me think about the ocean. And I like this one. I don't have a ton of polishes like this, so I think it'll be a good new addition to my collection. So let's get into the swatch for this one. And here's the first coat of Do You See What I See? And the formula on this was a little thinner than I thought it would be, but it built up quite nice, as you'll see here on the second coat. And you can also see with the light shining on it that it actually is a little bit of a brighter polish. You might be able to build it up in 3 coats and get a little bit richer color, but it's fully opaque in 2. And that's 2 coats of Do You See What I See? Okay, so let's talk about my favorites from the collection. I really did love this one. Living on the Boulevard is one of my top favorites. And Two Timing the Zones is also one. Polywana Lacquer, I'm still learning these names. Is That a Spear in Your Pocket? And Getting Naughty on My Honeymoon. So those are definitely my favorites out of the entire collection. Let me know what polishes were your favorites. I'd love to know which ones you'll probably pick up. And make sure to check out polishedblog.com to get them for a discounted price. I am so excited. I have some other reviews coming up. I have the Essie Spring collection that I will be having up soon. And then I have some PR samples that were sent to me that I'll be doing reviews of too. And I'm really excited about that. So look forward to that. And we'll talk to you guys later. Thanks. Bye.